Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning, testing audio. We are streaming live on Discord. Good morning, hope to find you all well. So we are streaming live on Discord, also recording for the session all the way from 9 to 12. Here, this pre-market briefing today, March 4th, 2022, Friday, 9 a.m. Hope to find you all well and getting ready for another way, the last day of the week. And what a crazy and insane week that we had. So starting here with the charts and trying to figure out what the hell is going to happen next. So this week we have been basically in flipping from bullish to bearish in just a couple of minutes and sometimes hours. So we have here some bullish reversal signals, bearish reversal signals. So going from green day to red day, green day, red day, and today once again follow through continuation. So yesterday we have here on Nasdaq. So we are watching Nasdaq live right now. We had a reversal sell right from the 21-day moving average where they pushed the price to make new highs on the week, and from there push it back below Wednesday lows. And this morning we are seeing some follow through continuation, but not falling apart. So yesterday, later in the night, we had here during the night session, we had here some selling, an attack on the Ukraine nuclear central, and we were seeing some fire on the central plant, and that's really a concern. But market bounced from the overnight lows, and now the big question is now what? We are basically in the middle of nowhere. So we built the trading plan on Discord around 6:30 a.m. So 3 hours ahead the market to open, and where I put some resistance and support levels, some levels to trade and look for what the hell is going to happen next. And right now what we see is that we really not seeing much of an edge. We are still inside on a bear market. Since we break down here on January, we are still inside a bear market where every bounce basically has been sold. So every bounce was rejected at near the 8 and 21-day moving average, and that's exactly what we saw yesterday. So now the big question is if we are going to resume lower as we saw here, or if we are going to consolidate these and hold these weak lows. So for now, these pre-market lows will be my support and line in the sand that separates bulls from bears. I have here on Nasdaq, I have here short-term support. Okay. If it breaks below 13,800 on Nasdaq, we'll be looking around 13,745. And if it rollovers, then things can get very ugly, and we can go all the way into last week lows, and who knows where this is going to stop. One thing is for sure, yesterday we stalled exactly where it should, the 21-day moving average. Now we trying to hold here the pre-market lows, so we need patience to see what the hell is going to happen next. So the action plan here on Nasdaq, in my opinion, pretty much simple. We are on downside, but if we go above 14k, back above 14k, we can have a short covering rally all the way back into the 21-day moving average. That's 200-300 points above 14k. If we break below this support line, okay, then I'll be looking for a retest on the pre-market lows, and from there we can roll over more 200-300 points down on Nasdaq. So right now it's a waiting game. Here is a tricky place. In my opinion, wait for the levels to break either for downside or upside for some edge and for some more clues. Some of the names that I'm watching, one of them for some clues is Apple. Apple that yesterday was rejected at 168, pushing below the 21-day moving average, but holding. Yesterday closed above the 8-day moving average. Right now it's gapping down on the pre-market session 164.8, so around here. What I want to see is if 164.5 is going to hold. If it holds and if it's able to print a red to green move, then looking for a gap to fill at 165, okay? But we have big supply zone here all the way into 167, 168 if extends. But if it breaks below 164, and that's the level in my opinion to trigger some more selling, I'll be looking for 162, 163 dollars as the first support, and below that around 160 as the next biggest level. AMD and it will be also a focus today to see if it's going to have some more follow-through continuation for downside. Right now, gapping down this morning all the way into 110. I want to see if it 110 holds, okay? If you look for your option chain, you see that below 110, you do not see much call support, at least for now, looking for the open interest. So yeah, below 110, it can hold over and can go very fast, $5 down. So that's something that I'll be looking if 110 holds. If it holds 110, we have a gap to fill all the way at 111. We have big supply zone here, big resistance at 112, 113. So that will be the key resistance in my opinion for the day. If it hovers below 110, then things can get very ugly. And going $5 down, we have last month lows at 104. Are we going to make new lows? So waiting to see, but not seeing much of bull case scenario for now, unless we have some news, we have some ceasefire on the Russia and Ukraine war. So that no one can really know. So we need to wait to see. Boeing, it's a name that honestly I'm a little bit pissed with the Boeing action. Yesterday I got caught, basically slapped in the face because I was looking here for a red to move, a red to green move here, and I was holding some calls, and on this candle here, when we break down, my stop got hit. So basically I took 20% loss early in the morning, and it got a nasty sell-off on big volume. I step aside, I took the loss, it happens, and I took the loss and move into other names that I'm going to explain in a little bit. So basically Boeing, it was rejected hard at 197, so the breakdown point was at 197. Close at the lows, and right now around 185. Okay, so making new lows versus last month lows, and around 185. Big gap down. What I want to see if 185 holds, if it's able to fill this gap all the way into 188. Honestly, once again, not seeing much of bull news that can trigger a short squeeze, but once again, we don't trade based on news, we trade based on price and volume. So I wait for the market to open to see where the move is going next and where the flow. If they are going to keep selling down, then Boeing can see some more. And in my opinion, if they sell below 185, watch out, because this should be making new lows for the year below 183.7. So Boeing, it was ugly, but we were able to flip from long to short very fast. I loaded on IWM puts, okay. After taking 20% loss on Boeing, I flip into Boeing puts for IWM puts, and I got puts 203 and puts $200, and I ride it close a little bit too soon, but after seeing that into the lunch we saw an oversold bounce, it was the wise thing to do. Lock those gains. I got my money back from the Boeing 20% loss, and I was able to recover the money. So now what? $200 is the line, in my opinion, that separates bulls from bears. So below $200, watch out. If it prices right now at 199.5, If they are not able to recover $200, then this should roll over. We have 197.8, and below that, my next biggest level, if you look into your options chain, the next biggest level around 195, and if it break below, watch out, this can get nasty and go all the way into 192, 191. But once again, giving here a chance to see how the flows go after the market open. If it holds $200, big supply zone 202, 203, in my opinion, is a big supply zone and level for a possible fade. Another name that I got in yesterday after getting slapped in the face on a loss on Boeing calls. It was on NVDA, okay, so I got some puts, those worked very well, and once again, same thing, I get in, get out, got my cash flow, didn't hold all the way down, right now 231, so yes, happy to see that it gave a nice follow-through continuation. But once again, I trade for a living, so I look for cash flow on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So basically I was looking to get my cash flow, and yeah, it was a very nice trade all the way into around 235, and from there it bounced during the lunch, so here killing the premium. It was a very painful for those that held for too long, but once again, patience was rewarded around 231. It's a very nice gain overnight if you held those puts. Now what, we are at 231, these week lows. I want to see if it's able to hold 231, and from there, if it's able to hold, if it's able to push all the way and fill the gap at 234.6, okay, that will be the level. Above that, we have big supply zones all the way into 237, 238, but if it breaks down below 230, watch out, because this can get nasty, has lots of room all the way into 224, 225, so careful here with NVIDIA. Facebook also yesterday, after it was another name that I got put on Facebook to get my money back from that Boeing stop loss, and yeah, I was able to get some nice cash flow, more than double on the move here on Facebook. It was early in the morning, okay, and I basically ride the momentum down and I closed. I did not get in once again, but happy to see that right now $200, okay, gapping down this morning, giving nice follow-through continuation. If you are still holding those shorts, my opinion, around here you should trim some, adjust your stops, and we wait to see what, if $200 is going to hold. If it holds and if it bounces, going for below 200 and back above, looking here for 2014 gap to fill, and above that we have a big supply zone all the way from 202 to 204, okay, and those are the levels in my opinion to fade. If it fades here, or if it bounces, if it fades, those are levels to fade. Below $200, watch out, okay. If you look into your options chain, below $200 there is not much support, so yeah, it can go $5-10 down easily if it breaks and stays below $200. So $200 is a very important level. IWM already talked about it, giving here an overview on Microsoft. Microsoft was rejected at above $300. $300 was a big level, so yesterday they push above 303, push it back below, close at 295, right now at 293. 292, 293 is a big support level for the week. If it breaks down below 292, what I'll be looking, roll over first level $290, and below that, honestly, not much support all the way into 285, but has room to go into 280. So watch out, be careful, this can get tricky if it breaks down below $292 to 90, and below that, yeah, it can get nasty. If it bounces, okay, if it bounces from 293, it has a gap to fill 294. It has big supply zone here, in my opinion, all the way into 295, 296. That's the 8-day moving average. So here we should find some sellers. Above that, we have 298, 299. Also, the 21-day moving average should find some sellers, as we saw yesterday. Some sellers here, so that's a supply zone, in my opinion, and a level for a possible fade. The cubes, of course, it will be a focus. for the day. It's gapping down this morning, not falling apart, but yeah, gapping down. 339 is an important level for the week. So right now a little bit below 339. If it breaks down below 339, watch out. Why? Lots of room for downside. If you look into your options chain for today expiration, what we see below $340, the next big level all the way into 335, and below that $330. So yeah, if it breaks and stays below 339, we have 335 and $330 as possible support level. Okay, if it holds 339 for some miracle, once again, I'm not seeing much news here for holding the momentum, but who the hell knows what the hell is going to happen on the market. In my opinion, if for some miracle holds here 339, watch, it has a gap to fill 340.35. If squeeze some more, we have 342, 343, and even if it squeezes some more, in my opinion, it should stall all the way here into big supply zone that yesterday bulls tried several times, but they failed and got rejected, so bears got active there. Another name that I'll be looking at will be SPY. SPY yesterday it was rejected at 21-day moving average. $440, it was a level that I was seeing. Okay, I also shared on Twitter that bulls needs above 440, below 440 watch out for a possible fade, and yeah, it failed yesterday. Okay, push above 439, print a high, push back below, so basically a bearish reversal candle. Right at 21-day moving average. 21-day moving average 439.4, and yeah, it pushed back below. Here some choppy action, okay, but bears keep price below 439. Okay, right now gapping down on the pre-market at 431.5. If you see 431.5 is exactly the Wednesday low, so what I want to see if 431.5 is going to hold. If it holds here, it can go from a possible oversold bounce, fill the gap at 433.8, and here are the levels that we should find sellers. Okay, all the way 437 to 439, big supply zone if it goes to fill the gap and squeeze a little bit. That in case it goes to fill the gap. If it breaks down below 431, okay, if break down below 431 right now, if it break down, then things can get nasty. 430, you look into your options chain, 430, big level. Below that, honestly, it can really fall apart. We have 427, but the next biggest wall, next level, 425. You look for your options chain, you look for your right side, you see the open interest, you compare the call side to the put side, and you see there is not much support below $430. So yeah, 430, 431 will be big levels. If not able to go and fill this gap, okay, for a possible oversold bounce below 430, things can get very, very ugly. So be careful. Tesla, it was a name that we have been trading for shorts. Okay, I have traded Tesla shorts on Tuesday on puts, ride this wave. On Wednesday also ride this wave. Okay, yesterday didn't play it, but the idea was pretty much the same. It was getting rejected at 889, so 889, 886, big supply zones. Okay, so you respect price, big supply zones, and right now opening at 832, not gapping down, not falling down big, but what I'll be looking, if they are not able to hold 830, okay, and if it breaks down below 830, watch out, because yeah, things can get ugly. If you look, we can go down into 815 and $800. Okay, $800. If you look into your options chain, it will be the next big support level in terms of options, and from there we will evaluate. Then if it breaks down below $800, can get very, very ugly. But okay, let's wait to see. If you are short, since we shorted on Tuesday and Wednesday, in my opinion, on this move down, you should be trimming some of the gains and readjust your stops. We shorted on Tuesday, we shorted again on Wednesday. So from here where we short, you should be with very nice gains this morning. So in my opinion, you should be trimming some and adjust your stops on the rest. You know the levels, so play safe. One of the names, of course, I'll be watching it is volatility. Okay, yesterday I got some VXX calls, but I closed. Okay, it was here. Okay, it was here, and I closed those calls. Don't regret it. It was the best thing to do on the time because it faded basically here all over the place. But volatility is something, VXX, it's something that I'll be looking as a barometer on the rest of the market. Why? Right now, volatility 26.5, okay? So around here. What I want to see on VXX, if it's able to hold 26.5. If it holds, yeah, it can squeeze and go all the way above 27 and has lots of room for upside. Can go, yeah, it can go 28, $30, yeah, but if it fades below 26.5, and if this happens, okay, and that's the important part, if this happens below 26.5, can fill the gap all the way into 25.7, okay, into this zone, fill the gap, and that can give an oversold bounce for the market. But once again, I need to see it. So right now, what I'm going to do is watch the open closely to see if we are able to fade a little bit volatility, to fill these morning gaps, and from there we will reevaluate, okay? And that's the big question right now. Are we going for an oversold bounce here on the pre-market, filling the gap, and from there we fade? Or we gap down and go down, okay? So that's the question. That's why we need to follow price, okay? Basically, once again, looking here for Nasdaq, you are seeing live Nasdaq right now. We cannot get much bearish, okay? This is a big support for now. So yeah, they are bouncing from the support. So, and squeezing. So right now, what the hell are you going to do? Honestly, I sit on cash, okay? I do nothing right now. I do nothing. I wait, okay? I wait to see what the hell is going to happen. Are they going to hold here and push above here? One thing is for sure, I will only be bullish if we go above here and stay above here for a squeeze and a move into the 21-day moving average. Can that happen? Yeah, anything can happen on this market. Once again, honestly, not seeing much of bullish news that can trigger a move, but no one can really anticipate if we are going to have headline or something like that that trigger a short squeeze all the way and try to squeeze some shorts into the weekend. But honestly, not seeing much news. So yeah, what I'll be looking, if it breaks down this big support level on Nasdaq, if it breaks down, then the first level will be around here, and if we break below here, then it can get very ugly because basically it can go all the way down here. So this today is weekly options expiration. If you look for the cubes, if you look for SPY, if you look for IWM, you see lots of put volume on your right side, put open interest on your right side. So the big question is if we are going to have a gamma squeeze or not. Once we trigger below some of those support levels, okay, if we break down below those support levels, the options dealers will need to start hedging their books and going back into delta neutral. So they will be forced to selling stock. So yeah, we can have a sharp move down, but we need to break and stay below the levels that I said. Otherwise, we can play here shorts. If shorts start covering out of the gate a little bit, we can have fill the gap, and from there we see if it's able to go from the lows and start making higher lows, and from there we try some more oversold bounce. But if we go and break below these morning lows, then things can get very nasty because lots of open interest on the right side, on the put on your options chain. So yeah, it can trigger a gamma squeeze for the downside. So right now, in my opinion, you should be careful, manage your risk very, very wisely, and wait for the levels to break. I told you the levels before the market open, told you what I was going to see. Wait for the levels to break, okay? So basically Nasdaq needs to break and hold below this area, okay? It needs to happen something like this so you can look for a short and look to retest the pre-market lows, okay? Otherwise, yeah, we can stay here. If we stay here, okay, if we stay here, it will be painful in my opinion, okay? Because, yeah, no clue, long, short, what the hell is going to happen? So, yeah, you wait. Bullish above here, bearish below here, and even more bearish if it breaks down and below here, okay? So with this said, time to entering into trading mode. We are streaming live on Discord and trading live on Discord all the way until 12, but the morning briefing we already had 25 minutes in the session, so hope this morning briefing helps you prepare the day, and I wish you all a great and safe morning. Play safe, don't do anything wrong, manage your risk very wisely. Yesterday, once again, I got stopped very hard on Boeing. I took the loss, 20% loss. Okay, it happens, so you need to keep your focus. I flip into 2 IWM puts, 203 and puts 200. I flip into NVDA puts. I flip into Facebook puts. Facebook puts and NVDA puts more than double. So yeah, I took my money back and even more. But it's a tricky market, okay? No time to be an hero. The market is not great, okay? So for those that are watching on YouTube, thank you all for watching. Hope that you'll like the video. And for the traders that are on Discord, yeah, we are going to continue all the way into 12, trying to see the best we can, okay? So thank you for YouTube, and let's start